Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new series, a Skyrim role playing series, where we are going to create a new character right now and get right into it. Now, what's amazing about this series right now is I don't have a plan. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. I kind of know what I'm not going to do, but other than that, we'll see. I want to play kind of a darker character, but that's about it. That's really all I know. What I'm going to do is use the Skyrim Unbound mod, which give us a little bit of a different start. And oh, here we have another mod. And what Skyrim Unbound will do is kind of randomize everything, so I'm not exactly sure what to expect. I realized that I had made 3 series already on YouTube in Skyrim, and they were all Nords. It's just a coincidence. They're kind of the only Nords I've ever even played, honestly. And I have a lot of other characters that just kind of are in mid-production that I haven't done, or just characters I've played and maybe want to bring back in a series like this. So I was like, I need to do a character now that's not a Nord. And so that's really my only thing I'm going to try to avoid. So I'll reset it if it gives me a Nord. Or I'm not even sure on this whether I have to make my character or not. Well, here's the thing. I'm I'm not exactly sure on this stuff either with the dragon spawns, but I think what I'm going to do is not do the Dragonborn story, but also will have dragon spawns. That's one of the best things about this mod versus the other alternate start mods. And I've used 2 different alternate start mods. I've used the regular one, Live Another Life alternate start, which the main quest is basically there for you to do if you choose to do it. You can go in that direction or you can just avoid it. But you can't make the dragon spawn. And if you watch the series I've been putting up on the weekends, which is If the Ice Fiendess of the North, which is actually the first series I ever made a few years ago. I never put it up because my audio wasn't as good back then and there were some other issues, which I've plowed through them. I think I cleaned up the audio pretty good. Anyway, I mentioned in that, like, the only reason I'm even doing the main quest is to get the shouts, you know? So that's not necessary with this mod. You can just get the shouts and not have dragons, I think. And you can also definitely have dragons and not be the Dragonborn. Alright, so yeah, I was right. Well, I did know this, but I'm gonna have to make my own character, which I really didn't want to do. I wanted a completely random character. I didn't want to have to choose what it looked like. But I think I'm going to go for a Breton because I do want a human type, because I have some plans for some elf characters, and I also have an orc series that's all filmed, and I want to do some music for that myself. So that's in like mid-production, but I'm definitely not going to do another orc. And an Argonian would be nice. That was actually the first time I ever played Skyrim. I chose an Argonian. And that was my main character for a while. And I actually came up with the whole character concept of a pirate that's an Argonian because they're in the water and stuff. And I started playing that on PC, but it didn't really take off the way I felt was. I don't know. I like the concept, but it wasn't working the right way for me. Anyway, here we are. We're making a Breton, female Breton, and I like the little face paint. So I'm going to leave that, but I might choose a different version. I usually like to get the hair first before I change other stuff. I kind of like this short hair. It's actually, I usually go for other types of hairstyles, but I'm liking this look a little bit. She looks a little bit mysterious or something. And like I said, I kind of want to go for a evil character maybe. I don't know if I said that actually. I recorded for a minute or two, and there was a car alarm blaring outside, so I had to stop and restart. I do like doing the one eye. If you watched my Wolf the Worm series, he only has the one eye, and I don't think I'm going to do that with her, but you never know. So yeah, I don't really get too into reshaping the head. It gets confusing for me. I don't know how to manipulate that stuff. So I'm probably going to stick with this basic face. I might change a few things here or there, but maybe like her eye, her eye shape or something. But I I'm not into like totally reshaping it. I'm just not that great at it anyway. So yeah, so we're gonna be doing a Breton, and at this point I still don't know exactly what this character is going to be, because we picked a random start. It's gonna put us in a random location with random loot, and I don't even know what else is random about it. But the way I like to play is like whatever's kind of in front of me, I'm just gonna kind of go with it. You know, if you watch the Wolf the Worm series, that was the same thing where he started out, what was it, knocked out by the roadside. There's a caravan there. The guy running the caravan is dead. So I'm like, well, he was the bodyguard. Someone robbed him. He got knocked out. That's a basic story. Then there's a book of a Daedra in the chest, or in the, I don't even know if it's a chest. It was there. And there were these Vigilants of Stendarr who happened to walk by at that time. So I'm like, well, maybe they're chasing whoever was after him, and the guy had the Book of Daedra because something with the Daedra. I don't know if a Daedra was after them, or if Daedra worshippers, or maybe he was a Daedra worshippers and the Vigilants were the ones that killed him. I don't know. But it gave me a start, you know, of what my character could be and do, and grow from there. So we're going to do the same thing with this lady. Not exactly sure what she's going to do. I did start a Breton character that looked a little similar to this. It was one of the other presets, but on PC, and the way I started her was she was like a wealthy landowner in Solitude, so she automatically had that house in Solitude. So I did like that start a lot, actually. But that character I have some plans for. And right now I am actually playing on Xbox One. My PC is just a little frustrating, and I have a pretty good workflow right now with the Xbox. So we're just trying all the face paints here. And I do like this one. It might be a little busy. I think this might be the one. That one's alright too. I think this looks the best. And this one I like a lot too, but that's just kind of the preset. I think it's between those two. Anyway, so yeah, I'm doing it on the Xbox One, which does have a bunch of mods on it, and it basically has most of the core group of mods that I've grown to really like having. You know, stuff like wet and cold, so you can see your breath, and there's other stuff. I mean, that's a real basic quality of life mod that I think adds a lot to the game. All the what is it called, Ni Scion, or whatever you pronounce the name. All his stuff's on there. Ordinator perk system and apocalypse spells. Those are pretty basic. And like I said, there's 3 different alternate start mods. I mentioned Live Another Life alternate start. The other one that I've used is the Lorcon Lorcon something. I don't know exactly what the full title is. I always forget that. But that one's really cool, because that one you can select different kind of perks. Like one of them is animals will be friendly to you, and the other one is you know, just things like that that like kind of give you a different way to play the game right from the start, you know. Anyway, so here we are. I think this is good for our character, so now we're gonna name her. And what I did is I looked online at a bunch of Breton name generators, and I didn't really like too many of the names, but the one name I kind of liked was Lucette, which I didn't like any of the last names, so I like to put like a title. So what I'm gonna do is wow, the sound just went totally off during this scene. It threw me for a little loop there. So yeah, we're gonna go for Lucette the Unlucky. All right, so this is the moment of truth now, where we see where we spawn, and I hear the bells, and we are on the docks. And this looks like it's not Windhelm, which is the usual docks I think of, but this is actually Solitude. So that's pretty interesting. Like I just mentioned, I did have a character that looks sort of similar to this that came to Solitude. But I'm not sure I'm going to stick around here, because I've done these Solitude missions very recently with Wolf the Worm. So we'll see. Anyway, look, we have a shield, and she's got a mage's hood on and a sword. So looks like we might have a spell sword, not a cell sword. There's 2 different things. Cell sword, of course, is you know, sword for hire, and a spell sword basically will have a sword in one hand and a spell in the other, which is a playstyle I like to play a lot. You know, I used to do the archer most of the time, and now I like to mix it up with a little melee and you get the ranged with the spells. But we don't know what kind of magic or anything like that. Let's see what's in her inventory though. This is all random. There's no armor, just a belted tunic and gloves and a nice shield and an iron sword. Pretty basic. Now I wish some of these alternate start mods would be a little more creative and maybe give you some more powerful stuff and some armor and stuff. I don't know, just to get you started in a different way. But, you know, I do appreciate they make you grind a little. All right, these are all the mod control menus, so those aren't. I do have a cheat menu, which I just put in case I need it for filming. I'm not really going to cheat in the game. I don't know if it lets you do stuff like toggle the free cam. I was just trying to check it out. So anyway, we have the spark spell. So there you go. She definitely is a spell sword because that is a powerful early spell. I mean, it's the same as the fire spell you normally get, but the sparks is a little flashier, I think, and I really like that. I really like using sparks. So this is what we're going to go for. We're going to have a sword in one hand and sparks in the other. Sounds good to me, at least so far. Now, I do want to explore a lot of the other areas of magic if we're playing a magic user, because I really don't ever use that, and destruction magic is
good business for the East Empire.
Pretty basic.
Means all the more gold for the Empire.
So we're down at the docks. I mean, this
I don't
is
have
pretty
time
cool.
for anyone too lazy or cowardly to make their own way in this world.
All right, well, we're doing something. I don't know what, but we're making our own way. All right, so yeah. So yeah, it's like basically she just arrived to Skyrim by ship. We don't know where she came from. We don't know why she's here, but she's down at the docks. And you got to take the long road up the docks. So yeah, like I said, I did do a lot of stuff. I kind of want to go down there. I did do a lot of stuff in Solitude recently. So I'm not exactly sure. And the one thing also is, once you go into Solitude for the first time, there's always that cutscene where they're talking about, or they execute the guy for helping out Ulfric Stormcloak and I don't know. All right. Oh, here we go.
I've
This
been looking
is a
for
mod.
you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
This I'm not even sure what
Let's
mod
see
this
here.
is.
Looks like that's it.
But this
Got to
also
go.
happened in the Wolf the Worm series, where he got these boots that you'll see. Well, I'm
Nope.
not gonna wear
Sorry.
them, but
Nothing.
yeah, he always does that too. Like I'm not even looking at the guy and trying to talk to him. All right. So here's the thing. Okay. So we get this Census and Excise office. I have to read that, and it gives me something. So one of the reasons I'm doing this series the way I'm doing it right now is I've been doing this Wolf the Worm series, which I really like. I did 25 episodes of it, and I'm calling that season 1. I like to do that with my series, just have a season, you know, like TV show. So I'm gonna get back to that really soon, probably in a few weeks. But in the meantime, I really just want to do a series where I just talk. And this one I plan on making longer episodes, maybe even up to an hour. And
if you've come to Solitude to join the Legion,
no, I'm not joining the Legion. So yeah, these are going to be like hour-long, 45 minutes to hour-long episodes instead of my usual 15-20 minute eps, which I really love that format. I know, first of all, people don't have a ton of time to watch, and B, you know, I just like pacing them that way. Like I like trying to squeeze in a whole mission in that time, or maybe it'll stretch into 2 or even 3 episodes, but then you have like a nice break. You know, I like doing it that way. But the one thing that happens is, you know, Wolf the Worm, nothing's really happened yet. So I've done 25 episodes, and like he's still kind of in the beginning stages of his story, and I'm really digging it. But I want to make a story that moves a little faster paced. I mean, it will still be the same amount of total minutes maybe of the series, but it'll feel quicker because it's like more episodes. More stuff will happen in the first 20 episodes than in that series. So I decided I'm not going to go there, and what we're going to do is, well, I don't know why I hit
Need
that
a ride?
button. The wrong button.
Solitude's been the capital of Skyrim as long as I can
make
remember.
a little small talk.
Most of the High Kings of Skyrim.
See, we don't need to be
were
going to the
Solitude
capital.
first.
All right.
Well, let's see, what else? The Bard's College is here, and the main office of the East Empire Company.
All right, that's where we
If you
just
need
walked
it,
past.
you can get a room for a fair price at the Rinking Skeever, just inside the main
All right,
gate.
so that's all the info we need if we're coming here, but we're leaving.
Where do you want to go?
All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is go to Morthal, which is really just a nice, mysterious place.
Climb and back.
I think
and
that's
we'll
a
be
great way to
off.
start. Honestly, right now, I'm not exactly even sure what quests you get when you go there.
Oh, there once was a hero
But,
named Ragnar. The rest came riding to right run from all.
It works out pretty good. So the way I make these videos is like, I'll play the game, I'll record like a few hours, you know, I'll play like a whole game session. Then later on, I will go and edit them down a little bit, cut them up a little. Sometimes I'll edit out a lot of stuff. In this case, I'm just editing out like the fluff, you know, the menus or whatever. And then I'll go and do the voiceovers afterwards. So I'm not playing live or anything like that. I just, you know, this style works great just for my workflow. Again, like I would like to do live streams and talk live, or I mean, I could actually record it this way, but it seems from a technical perspective, even though this takes a little longer, it just is a little bit easier to control everything the way I want to control it. Anyway, look at this. We're already here, and it's kind of is mysterious here. It's snowing. You have like an eerie sort of atmosphere. And so this is really a perfect atmosphere. And wow, what is she wearing?
How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes?
And they're all worried
Please,
about
enough
something.
already. I have told Ygritte of your concerns. She'll look after you all. Please, go about your business.
We've no need for wizards in our midst.
Okay. And we're
Morthal has enough problems
so
as it is.
we're a wizard that just showed up,
it's
and
no
they're
use.
complaining about wizards.
Let's get
so
back to
it's
it then.
already off to a decent start as far as creating some type of tension or conflict. Let's see
I'm
what
the
this
best
guy
warrior
has to
in
say.
Morthal, and that's no boast.
Okay, well, what do you do here?
Oh, well, you know, a bit of this, a bit of that.
Okay.
They haven't made me a guard, even though I've been asking.
This
So I'll
this
take
guy's
odd
glitching
jobs,
a little.
anything that comes along
I
for
think
now.
he turned while he was starting to talk. All right,
Want me
so
to
you're the
prove it?
best. So
I bet
this is a
100
guy.
gold I can take
Yeah,
you
you can fight this
barehanded.
guy, and I guess if you beat him, he can become your companion. But
Milk
I'm at
drinker.
level 1, and I'm not gonna
All right,
brawl this guy. I don't really want him around anyway. So, all right, what are we gonna do? All right, so we're gonna go in, and this is now the Jarl's Hall. So we can assume maybe she has some sort of important business here on Morthal. She is to see someone, or something's going on. So looks like it's not the best time. It's the middle of the night. So I thought maybe actually someone had walked in here, or it had something to do with what was going on outside. So I know usually they're sleeping, but because of that cutscene. Anyway, it adds a little bit of character. So also here we have the alchemist shop. So I know that that lady can train you in alchemy. So we can also think maybe we have an alchemist here. And now we hear the tingle.
Disrespect the law and you disrespect me.
The tingle of the Nern root that's underneath. It's a plant that's like kind of glowing. So that gives a little atmosphere too, that I think maybe we're going to do some alchemy with this character. Now, I've done alchemy with characters before, but I never really used the potions that much. I always just kind of grind it. I'll look up a chart of the most expensive recipes and just use it to generate gold and level up and stuff like that. It's kind of grindy. And it's fun, but it's also not this style of playthrough where I want everything to be character related. So she might make some potions to sell when she needs money, but really she wants to learn it, actually learn it. Okay, so we are going to get a room here because we have to wait till morning
It's yours
to
for a
talk
day.
to the Jarl and to go to the alchemy shop.
Let's sate that appetite. Hmm?
And so I always like to do a little immersion here and drink a little and maybe eat a little too. So you always have to buy something or you'll be like a freeloader at the bar. So look at that. We got some expensive wine here. So we don't have that much gold, so we'll go for the cheap stuff. So this lady looks more like a wine drinker than a mead drinker. So maybe get some salmon? Yeah, eat some dinner. So yeah, she just showed up in town. She was on a long boat ride. She's
Krogar's
finally at her
house?
destination.
It burned down not too long ago.
And she's asking about
It's
the
a
house
real
that's
pity
burned
about
down.
his wife and kid. The screams woke half the town. Most folk won't go near it now for fear it's cursed.
So we can maybe assume some of the arguing was about
Krogar
that,
claims it
if
was a
it's
hearth
cursed.
fire. Some folks say Krogar started it himself.
All right.
That's
so
what they say.
the
See,
guy might
he's
have
living with
lit-
Alva now. That started the day after the fire.
Oh, we
It
got
ain't
it.
right moving in with a new love the day after your kin die like that.
Yeah, that's very suspicious. And there's no proof.
Aye. Our Jarl would sure like to know if he did, though. Might even pay to find out.
All right, so we have our first mission. Now, this is, I think, a pretty high-level mission. I don't know that you're supposed to be here in level 1. So...
You joking? You
we'll
just
see.
rented a room from me.
Oh, yeah, we already rented the room, so... All right, so, ask her about
Slow.
business.
No, it just ain't there at all. Few enough reasons to pass through Morthal before the war started. Now, well, let's just say the front door doesn't get much use.
All right. So they're going to treat us well because we're, like, the only customer they've had there in a while.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
I love staying at the inns. I wish it was a little more interactive where you could do stuff, but it still creates like a nice little atmosphere going to these things.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
I don't really get into like the needs types of mods or survival aspects where like you have to sleep and you have to eat. But I love the immersive aspect. I love, you know, at the beginning of the adventure, we come here, we go to the inn while we're waiting to stuff happen, or after you're done a mission, you come here. It doesn't matter if it's night. It doesn't matter if I've slept for been up for 4 or 5 days. It just doesn't matter. That stuff doesn't matter to me. But I like the immersion of it. I like sitting at this bench right here, drinking some wine. We're gonna eat some salmon. We don't need to do it, but we're doing it, you know? This place is dead. Like, there's not even a bard here. This is the most dead inn I've ever seen in this game. So it looks like they gave us some wine to start with. So it looks like I kind of nailed this character when I bought the wine, because I didn't even notice that in her inventory to begin with. All right, so what else do we have? A few lockpicks and a torch. So kind of the basic loadout. So not much to do here. So I guess we're going to go sleep until morning. So yeah, I am actually really enjoying this character. I'm a little further along than this, and things fell into place pretty nicely. So we'll see where it goes here in Morthal. And if you've ever played Skyrim, you know where this is going. So, oh, what have we here? Were you spying on me?
Well,
Hey.
the people here work
That's
so
Alva.
hard, and they never allow themselves a moment of fun. It's such a pity.
Okay, well,
It
we
won't
can
last
see
forever,
what happened here with this guy. He got seduced by this lady who's, you know.
Do they?
I'm
How
thinking of
delightful.
composing a song about
I'm
you.
lucky to have a man that is
Do you
so
prefer I proclaim
devoted
your
to
beauty,
me.
your strength?
It's been a pleasure.
Nah, just don't. Leave me out of it.
Oh man, yeah.
No interest in being immortalized in song?
Oh, what
Remembered
is-
and praised for
Oh,
all
here's
eternity?
the bard.
No, I mean it.
When I'm known throughout Tamriel, you'll regret this decision.
All right, so
A new face. Such a welcome sight in dreary old Morthal. Welcome, friend. Welcome.
all right. Well, we know what he does.
I'm a bard,
but
trained at the
we'll
Bard's
ask anyway.
College in Solitude. Wanderers like you should think about applying.
Probably
Fight well.
not going to be a bard, but I do love the climax of the bard's college quest. I actually like doing that.
There ain't much to offer, but if you want a place dry to spend the night, I'll rent you a room.
All right. Well, now we
Running an
see
inn weren't my plan, but Falian decided to move here, so I joined him.
Falian. Okay. So this was like I
Lurbach?
remember this dialogue. What's
Fancies
with the
himself
orc?
a
So
bard.
I figure
He
we
pays,
saw the
so I
orc.
let him
We should
stay.
go back and ask her this.
If I
you
had
know?
any customers, I'd be worried about him annoying them, but well, look around.
Because there was no reason for me to ask this when I first met her.
See ya.
'Cause he wasn't even around, so now that I talk to him, I'm like, hey, what's with the orc? You know, just fits in a little better here. Yeah, pick up that kettle, lady. I've kicked it over a little. Sorry. Okay, so now we're back outside. And it's a beautiful, wet day here in Morthal. And who are you?
Please don't mind Yorick. He's not mad. Really, he's not.
Who's Yorick? What's wrong
My
with him?
brother is sensitive. He has trouble focusing his attention on things. We were taking him to the Temple of Kinnereth in Whiterun, just so the healers could make sure he was in good health. And they say he's fine.
Okay.
Are you heading to Whiterun? Could you take this letter to the priestess, Danica Purespring? It's a note about Yorick's
I wasn't
health.
planning on going to Whiterun, but I'm not planning on avoiding it, so
Thank you.
I may as well help.
All right then.
There's definitely a few
Have you
places
seen
that I
my mother?
probably won't go to
I'm
at
still
all.
waiting for her to come home.
Oh no.
Papa says that I shouldn't keep waiting. Why not? Mom has to come home
Oh
sometime.
no, what happened to this kid's mom? This place
Hey,
is really
you want to
dark.
play a game?
No, I don't have time.
Figures. You elders are always so boring.
Well, I don't think I'm that boring, but I have stuff to do.
3,
I don't.
2,
I haven't
1.
Mother's gift.
Prepare to
Not
nut.
quite.
I'm coming.
And who
I've
is this
seen
kid?
You're
things.
different, aren't you?
That's
Not like
Yorick.
anyone else. Not in Morthal or Skyrim.
Oh my god, that is the best way to start a new playthrough. So yeah, we're not like anyone else in Skyrim. And usually he says that because you're the Dragonborn, but I'm not playing We're the Dragonborn, so that means that we're gonna be even more mysterious and ominous, you know. And we're gonna go now see the Jarl.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King. With his voice, shouted him apart.
If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you speak to me first.
Okay.
I do what I can to see that Idgrud's time isn't wasted, and that she only has to deal with important matters.
Alright, so let's talk to this guy.
That's what many here wanted. A quiet life in a quiet place, without the noise or the trouble of a city. Now some worry this wizard Fallion will foul it all up.
Okay, so Fallion's the wizard, so we can also say we came here to see him.
Ah, you saw that, did you? Life in Morthal has been troubled lately. The people are uncertain, restless.
And it's also the
Merely look to
innkeeper's
the Jarl for
husband.
leadership.
What's wrong here?
There's news of rebellion against the Empire. Strange noises have been heard in the marshes at night.
Oh, that's mysterious.
And then,
too.
the tragedy with Rogar's home.
Right, the burn house.
The men simply seek wisdom. Everything will be fine.
Alright, well... I don't know whether to look
All
for
right,
work.
then.
I don't want to ask him about work just yet. Because I'm not a sellsword, I'm a spell sword. So, we're not going around looking for work, though we will help people out. And obviously, we're going to take a lot of missions. And we are going to look for work, but it's not the priority.
Life has brought you to Morthal, and to me. What purpose this serves, we will no doubt see. Welcome.
I mean, is that the perfect
Tamriel
line for
is
a
full of
playthrough
wisdom
like
and
this where you
magic
don't
if
know
one is willing to look
exactly
for it.
what you're doing? That
Few
was
have
amazing.
their eyes open.
So I think we're already off to a
That
great
which is
start.
unknown can create unease, even fear. It is to be expected.
Yeah.
Some fear our new resident wizard. As they grow to know him,
Alright, so
they will accept him.
we're gonna go see him
Time
for
will
sure.
prove me right.
Alright, so we're on her side, and
Rogar's
we have a
house
connection
fire?
with the
Well,
wizard,
he lost his wife and daughter.
and
in
we're
the
gonna help
blaze.
solve this mystery.
My people believe it to be cursed now. Who am I to gainsay them?
Well, probably.
Hrogar blames his wife for spilling bear fat in the fire. Many
that wouldn't
folk
make a
think
good
he
story.
set the fire himself. Lust can make a man do the
Oh
unthinkable.
yeah, well we saw her.
The ashes were still warm when he pledged himself to Alpha.
Definitely, she's definitely some type of witch or something.
On rumor and gossip? No. But you, a stranger, might find the truth for us. Sift through the ashes that others are too fearful to touch. See what they tell you.
Alright. Everyone's so eager to
prove him
trust the
guilty or
strangers in
innocent,
town.
I
It's
will
so funny.
reward you.
You can just walk through the Jarl's palace, do whatever you want. It's pretty funny. But it's
Hrogar's
just a
fate
game.
is in your hands.
Alright, so we have our first major quest here.
I speak and others hear. It is my hope that
This might be the mod wedding
If you have
code. I don't know
business
if
with the
that's in the
Jarl,
game or
I'd
not.
ask that you
Where you
speak to me first.
warm up your hands.
I don't. I haven't Mother's gift. Not quite.
Okay.
But I've seen things.
So that's her mom, huh? So if you want to see the mod list, actually, if you go, I made a video of the Wolf the Worm mod list, and the only thing I changed was my alternate start mod is different, and I also turned off the immersive creatures mod because that thing creeps me out, and I don't want to fight frogmen all the time and other weird stuff. And I also have immersive patrols, but I didn't feel like putting that on because that's like the Civil War, and I'm probably not going to deal with that too much in this. Look at this guy patrolling the water. I wonder what dangers are lurking there. All right. Well, here's the guy we talked to earlier.
The world used to make sense.
And that's the guardhouse. So we're not going to go there. We're looking for Fallion's place. It's down here somewhere. And also any vendors or anything. But this is just not a smith. It's just pretty similar to the smith location, but there's no forge there and there's no blacksmith, so we could use that. But okay, there's Alva's house, the temptress or whatever she is. Basically the villain of this part of the story right now. And here we go, Fallion's house. So we are going to see Fallion and
if you're here to purchase, I have many spells available. Do come in.
all right, well, here we go. We're here to buy some spells and hopefully train with
If you
this guy.
stand before me to accuse me of sacrificing children or eating the hearts of the dead, you may save your breath. I have done no such thing, nor do I intend to.
Man, they
I simply
hate him
wish
in this
to live
town.
my life in peace.
Who is accusing you of that?
The people of Morthal would much rather weave their own horrid tales about my life than simply ask me for the truth. If they choose to fear me in their ignorance, that's their choice, but it will not change what is true.
Now, Wolf the Worm, he hates magic, so he would be with those people if he ever comes to this town. But so why are you
Anyone
here
will
then?
tell you Morthal can be a dangerous place.
Well, that's why we're here too.
My talents are useful here. I help maintain order, even if it goes unnoticed.
All right. All right, so yeah, we are definitely here to study conjuration. So it looks like we're going for
You
alchemy
deal with powerful
and conjuration.
Forces. Take care they do not overwhelm you.
All right, and look, look at this. This is perfect. We have 346 gold, and it costs 300. So it's like basically we saved up all our money to come see this guy to get a lesson from him, and now we got our first lesson.
I had you figured for a mage.
And we
I
only
think
have
you'll appreciate
under
this.
50 gold left over, but maybe we can sell him something. I'm not sure. So he has robes that are super expensive, way out of our price range, and not too stylish either, so we're not going to get those. And we do want to buy some spell books from this guy, so this is going to be our go-to guy. But these spell books are very expensive. But we'll like browse through. Maybe there's a cheap one, or at least we can like plan what we're going to do. So these are all from mods. I think I have two different spell mods, Apocalypse spells, and I don't quite remember the other one. But there was some supplement to that. I know I had a patch for it also. So these are the things you can conjure, and so we're definitely going to be doing that if we're going to be doing conjuration. We'll probably get one or two different animals or beasts that we can conjure and settle on those. So there's a ton. So, you know, basically I will buy a few books, but of course I like to find them in the wild, and then, you know, whatever you find you go with. So might not buy too many of them, but at least we have this resource here.
The marsh is treacherous. You would do well to not wander at
Well,
night.
we're going to wander at night because we got to deal with some ghosts or something.
All right, then.
So I'm really digging this character so far. She looks pretty mysterious. She's going to see the wizard that everyone hates. And she has to deal with a murder that involves some type of adulterous situation. So it's all very like a murder mystery, horror, you know, mystical plot. So since we're doing alchemy, we're going to be picking flowers a lot. And looks like no one else here picked those, so I don't think it's a crime to pick the flowers on the roadway. So I'm not running. It's really hard to walk at like a normal slow pace, but I think because it's raining, maybe she's walking a little faster. But I didn't want to do a full run because I am trying to, you know, I'm not doing the voiced character or anything. It's not a fully immersive playthrough like that. But I do like those little touches where you get the atmosphere by the pace of how she's walking and stuff, you know. So, you know, so she walks very deliberately. And she seems a little
if you need any alchemy
uppity,
supplies,
maybe.
I'll do my best to provide them, assuming I haven't used them all up.
Like just a little
Jurgen and I
above
both
everyone
work hard,
else.
all the time. Murthal is important to both of us.
All right, so this is the alchemist. So we're
I
gonna ask
picked
her
up
a
the
few
trade when I was a
basic
girl.
questions.
One of the temple healers staying here on
background.
a pilgrimage showed me the basics. She had a book with her, Song of the Alchemists, that I used to read over and over. I miss having a copy.
Oh, another quest. Okay. So this is just
Really?
a very random
I'd be happy
quest.
to show you a bit about herbs if you find the book.
If we get this book, we'll bring it back to her. And she'll level us up in alchemy if we do that. So that'll be good.
No. Well, sometimes, but that's not the problem. I just often don't have much to do, so I tend to try things out. They don't usually work, but I try.
All right, that's funny.
Next thing I know, I've used up most of my stock.
See, I wish there was maybe a quest with her where you did some experiments
I
or
think I
something,
can teach
but,
you a thing or two.
That's the one thing about Skyrim. They don't get too deep into some of these characters' backstories or anything. It's all
Got a pretty full stock of
superficial.
potions and alchemy
But
reagents.
to me, that's what makes this type of roleplay more interesting instead of less, because like I can put my own story on top of it, you know. So I appreciate that more now that I'm playing this way than when I just try to play normally. I was like, not that I thought out this character or anything in general, but you know. All right, so we don't really have that much at all, and can't really buy much until we know the recipes. Then we can buy specific stuff from her. Just checking her out.
I don't get many customers, but that leaves me time to try things out. Experiment, I guess.
All right. So she doesn't just sweep in the shop. We're there first thing in the morning, you know. She's just opened up, sweeping the shop. All right, so at least we now established our contacts in this town. Thalion and I forget her name.
My
but
mother
the
and father died
alchemist.
years ago. Thalion takes care of him now.
Okay, so this girl is under Thalion's care also. So we consider like Thalion our ally in this town, and everyone hates him. So there's kind of an interesting.
Morthal used to be a quiet place, but then the world used to make sense.
This guy literally just walks around.
You ask me, we'd be better off without that wizard in town.
Doing nothing. All right, he doesn't like Thalion at all. So that means that he's our enemy also, I guess. We're not, I wouldn't say enemy, but he's not nice. Oh, whoa, ghost. All right, so let's talk to this little girl
Who's
here.
there? Is that you, Father?
Who are you? Nice song.
Helgi, the father says I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Are you a stranger?
No, it's me. I'm not a stranger.
The smoke woke me up. I was hot and I was scared.
Oh my God, this
so I
poor
hid.
kid.
Then it got cold and dark. I'm not scared anymore. But I'm lonely. Will you play with me?
Sure, let's play.
Okay, let's play hide and seek. You find me and I'll tell you. We have to wait for nighttime though. The other one is playing too, and she can't come out until then. I can't tell you. She might hear me. She's so close.
Oh, this is scary.
If you can find me first, I can tell you.
Alright, so, yeah. Now, I know where this story's going, but at this point, I'm just playing it. My character doesn't know. It's just a ghost, and somebody killed her, so... looks like we have to wait until nighttime. So let's make sure. Oh, this is a mod. That's a mod quest, so we're not gonna do that anytime soon. I think I tried that when I first loaded. I have a character. I didn't film it or anything, and I tried a character and I went and did that quest just because I happened to randomly spawn right in that area actually, and I got crushed. It was so hard. It was not. I might wait till I'm like level 30 to go there or something. Like it was not good. And even in this playthrough, I have a lot of trouble at one point. Alright, so here we are. The Nirnroot, one of the coolest plants you can get. I actually love, you know, being an alchemist, and just gives you something to do when you're walking around. Picking the flowers. It's a good contrast to killing things and getting into fights all the time. So, and then so the way this works, if you don't play Skyrim, if you eat one out of the ingredients, it will tell you, you know, every ingredient has 4 different characteristics, and so it'll reveal one of them to you if you eat it. Then what you can do is combine them in a bench table, and it will reveal other things that they do if you combine it with something that does that. So it's kind of like a game where you have to unlock various attributes of every plant and some other weird stuff in the game. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna go back to the inn. We basically have to wait till night, so there's not that much to do right now. I'm not gonna go on any other quests. And town's pretty small. I think I talked to everyone there. I was kind of peeking around seeing if there was a blacksmith, but I don't think there is. So we're gonna take our advice, take a seat, and get the cold out for several hours. Well, looks like the bard here, the orc, so might as well talk to him. Or we'll just listen to him. So, yeah, we're just a guest in town. We're staying at the inn. There's not much to do, except listen to the bard play. So, nice little quiet Skyrim moment here. All right, good job, Lubric. All right, and now the loot's out. Okay. Man, this inn sure is dead. Like, we're the only person here. I mean, it is the middle of the day. I guess the workers come here at nighttime. Nice little atmosphere I'm creating here, and I feel it is a little ominous. You know, you have the fire roaring and this nice, pretty, peaceful song, but we did just speak to a ghost, and we have to go find our killer, and we're just wasting time here. So might as well maybe eat something. I'll drink a little wine. And we'll eat some loaf, and we'll keep that if we actually need it, because we could literally run out of potions and need to eat that soup, to be honest. So that's something that could happen at the early stage of the game. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to fast forward and wait, because who has time to sit here for however many hours I just did. And I don't even know that this is late enough. We might have to wait till after midnight for this all to happen. And now the bar is hopping, and the whole town's here, and Gorm. We can talk. Maybe we can talk to people, waste a little more time.
You keep your nose clean, understand?
Right. So he's suspicious of us because he knows that we a
problem.
We like Thalion, but
I'm worried about Idgrid, and I don't know what to do.
All right, so we can help this guy. What's the problem?
She's so lost in her visions, and it's only getting worse.
See, we don't agree with that.
I've looked after her safety for so long. If she can't tell what's real and what's not, how will she continue to lead Hjalmar?
See, we believe in her, and he doesn't. So
yes,
let's see if we can do something.
I suppose there is. There is a letter. One I have had for some time now. I think it is time it gets delivered. I cannot leave Idgrin's side, so I must stay here. Could you see that it reaches Captain Aldous in Solitude?
Alright. Well, I guess we're gonna go to Solitude, which we probably plan. I would say we plan on going back to Solitude since it's so close to here anyway.
Private.
Okay, well, we're not supposed to open it. I love the drum. If you watch the Wolf the Worm series, he wants to be a drummer. It's pretty funny.
Not right now.
So there's the lady that we're going out to investigate.
Something's got to be done.
Winter time.
Alright, so basically we went out and you have to go up here to the graveyard and... Oh, someone's here already! Oh, that was pretty easy. So look, it's a vampire. So it's not just ghosts we're dealing with, it is a vampire. And we have a pretty similar name. She's Layla and we're Lucette, so. Alright, so we just took her armor. So it's pretty nice armor. And now we have to go investigate the child's grave. This is so ominous.
You found me!
Little mini-sized coffin.
Layla was trying to find me too.
Oh.
But I'm glad you found me first.
Okay. Oh, and here's the guy.
Layla was told to burn Mommy and me, but she didn't want to.
What?
She wanted to play with me forever and ever.
What?
She kissed me on the neck, and I got
kissed
so
you on
cold
the
that
neck?
fire
She's
didn't
dead.
hurt her.
He's beard.
Layla thought she could
she's
take
a
me and
vampire.
keep me, but she can't. I'm all burned up.
Oh my god. This guy doesn't hear the voice.
I'm gonna sleep for a while now.
Oh my god, he's back. Oh my god. So the lady turned the kid into a vampire to try to save her from the fire or something.
Layla is dead. Layla. I thought she left to join the Stormcloaks.
What?
Oh, my poor Layla. She began to spend a lot of time with Alva.
Oh, Alva.
Yet just a week before, she despised her.
Oh no.
In fact, the night she disappeared, she was supposed to meet Alva.
Okay.
Alva told me later that she never showed up.
Okay.
I never got to tell her goodbye.
Okay.
You think Alva?
Yeah.
But that means...
Yeah.
Ye gods! You think Alva is a vampire?
Well, she does look kind of mysterious.
No, you're wrong. You must be wrong. Layla may have met her fate out in the marsh.
Okay.
I refuse to believe Alva had anything to do with this. There is no way you can prove it to the Jarl.
Okay.
I hope Alva is not what you think.
Yeah, she does look like, I mean, she was wearing black. It was a little flimsier than the normal vampire, but, I can see it. Alright, so let's check this out. Well, maybe not. Grab a little nightshade while we're up at the gravesite. Alright, so we're gonna go back this way to avoid that guy. And now what we have to do is go investigate Alva's house. Now we did see Alva go into the tavern, so I guess we figure that we can go search her house and maybe find some proof of something. So I don't know. This is where the quest marker points you, so it's not like you have to solve a mystery here. It just tells you to go here, so you know. I don't expect to find her in here, but you never know. So I don't know how long we were up there in game time, you know. Well, better not get caught. Actually, I did do this once and I did get caught and I paid the fine, and I don't know. It wasn't really worth leaving in the episode, honestly. I didn't even reload it. Oh, I think I did reload a save just to save time, but I could have come just back here. They just took like a little bit of gold, not that much. Oh, I only have 2 lockpicks. Oh, then this is why I had to save. I had a save point here because I only had 2 lockpicks. So I had saved it, then I got caught breaking in. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And here we are. Oh, look who it is. He beat us here.
I won't let you hurt Alva. Huh?
What? Oh, he's just attacking us. Okay. Wasn't expecting him to attack, but... Like, you'd think he would want to find out if she was really a vampire, but I guess not. Alright, well now we have the key. A lot of good that does us. He has a silver necklace. Is that good against vampires or werewolves? I don't even know. Well, we're gonna think it's good against vampires. Anything good in your chest? Not even worth stealing. Like, I don't mind stealing, but it has to be worth stealing. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just steal a tiny bit of gold from a chest. You know? Alright, well, let's see what's down here. No, maybe the way he was protecting, she might have been back, but it doesn't look like she's back. Yeah, she's still in the bar, I guess. Okay, so... Oh, here we go. Yeah. First, she got bit by the vampire herself. Then she seduced Hrogar to watch over the coffin. Alright. Now, Lucette visited her, and she started the rumor. Now, she has this boss vampire, Movarth, we're going to have to deal with now. Alright, so they're going to take over the whole town. And now she's mad because Lucette kind of like blew her cover here. So, yeah, she wanted it to be an accident, and now everyone's looking, and now at the end, they notice that we're in town, basically. So, yeah, and she's a little crazy, thinking the kid is... Well, wait, the kid is still alive. Like, the kid I mean, it was talking to me, right? Like, I wasn't imagining that. I'm not crazy. The kid really came and talked to me. I mean, it wasn't alive, but it was like a talking ghost thingy, right? Alright, well, anyway, looks like we have all the evidence we need to at least clear it up with the Jarl. And you know what? Oh, a book. Might as well yoink that. At least the big purse there, because, well, you're not going to spend it anytime soon, right? And I don't think Alva's coming back here either, so. Now that we confirmed she's the vampire, this guy's dead, you know. I'm not going back in the chest or anything, but might as well grab this sack of gold just sitting there. So, yeah. Oh, there's Thalion.
My
Hey,
talents
Thalion.
are much needed here in order to keep Morthal safe.
Well, you didn't notice there was a vampire in town. So, there's that. Alright. Well, we're getting towards the end of the episode here. This was a pretty good beginning to this series, man. She's like a vampire hunter. I like it. And a conjurer, a vampire hunter. And we're not even messing around. I'm not going to wait for her. We're waking her up. Ooh, who is she sleeping with? Ah, I see what's going on here. Alright. Well, kind of debating whether to wake her up or not. But this is too important, right? The vampires are going to invade the town. You know? They're planning on turning everyone here into vampires, and it's nighttime, so...
So it's true, the traitorous bitch. Morthal owes you a debt.
Ah, nice bit of gold
Here,
there.
You were promised a reward for solving the crime, but I need one more favor from you.
Okay, I think I know what
Morthal
this
is
is
still
going
in
to be.
danger. The journal mentions Movarth, A master vampire I thought was destroyed a century ago.
Wow, do you remember him from that?
I'll gather together some able-bodied warriors to clean out Movart's lair.
Oh, okay.
They'll be waiting outside for you to lead them.
All right. Okay, so this
All right,
lady is some type of mystic, right? Like, she keeps talking about these dark, mysterious forces. Now look at this. We just woke her up. She's going back to bed, but somehow the guys are going to be waiting for us outside. Like, I don't know how she does it, but she does it. Anyway, we're going to deal with that next time. We're going to fight this vampire, and who knows what else is going to happen with this. So thanks for joining us for the very first episode of Lucette the Unlucky. And yeah, we're wearing this armor. We're going to fight. We need some protection. And you know what? This looks pretty stylish too. So this is going to be the character for now. Got the iron sword. Stick with the sword. Although steel's better than iron. But a sword, you don't have to get as close, and they're vampires. They just have to bite you on the neck. Look at this. We're going to blend right in, and we're going to stab them and kill them all. So, yeah, check it out next time. We'll be back soon. We got new videos every single day. Skyrim, Fallout, other games coming soon. So, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.